Okay, let's look at array initialization. How do we initialize our array? Okay, as mentioned earlier, you always declare the size as constant, int size equal to 5, let's say. Okay, and then you have an array int test. Okay, the size, right? So how do you declare this? How do you initialize this array? Okay, initialization can be done using a list. Okay, so in the initialization list, so you can specify during declaration the value that should be put into the array. So the values are stored in the array in the order in which they appear in the list. So they will follow the order inside here. And the initialization list cannot exceed the size of the array. Okay. So for example, in your program 7.6, it declares days, month. So it declare uh, the size of month is 12. So the size is 12. So days 12, and all it declares all the days inside this. So it shows that month 1 has 31 days, month 2 has 28 days, and so on. Okay, so now let's say I want to initialize my test equal to F5 column. So 30 comma 40 comma 50 comma 10 comma 100. Okay, so I have 5 element here, semicolon, and then I want to see out, so use for okay, I can just declare here in the I equal to 0, I smaller than size, I plus plus. Oops. See out, see out, test mark, test I plus, sorry, I plus 1 and spread S I and so let's compile. Oh, constant integer was not. Oh, wrong spelling. Okay, compile, run. So I have 30, 40, 50, 10, and 100 as what have been listed in my initialization list. Okay. So you can also have partial initialization. So let's say I only initialize my test array with 3 elements. So what happened? Right. So the first 3 will have the marks. The other 2 will become 0. You can do partial initialization as well. Okay, so it will assign the first value here to the first element in your array. Okay, and so on. Okay, so you can also uh, do implicit array sizing. Okay, in which, let's say you didn't declare the size. Okay, you just put quiz uh, empty square bracket equal to 12, 17, 15, and 11, your initialization list. So what happened is it will create an array of size 4, with 4 elements, and we will store those value inside. Okay. um, so better to use array size declarator or initialization list at array definition. Okay, so these are the two ways to initialize array. So how do you process array contents? You can treat them as arbitrary variable of the same type, but be careful when you use the plus plus and the minus minus operator, the increment and decrement operator. Okay, so be sure what you want to do. Okay, if you do test I plus plus, it means that you are adding 1 to the value of the uh, to the value that is stored in element I in test. Okay, so let's say you put test 0 plus plus, you are putting a value plus 1 to uh, the content. If you do test I in square bracket, this one plus plus, you are increment the subscript, you mean increment the index. So let's say let's look at an example. Okay, let's declare 100. Okay, we have initialized our content. So now I want to do something like test. I will do something like this. Okay, to C, to V. What I'll do is test I so just let's say you suddenly do some mistake. Okay, you do something like this. Test I plus plus. Okay. So now all my marks is has been incremented by 1. Okay, so that's what happened with test I plus plus as opposed to this. Okay, as opposed to this. So as opposed to test I plus plus. Okay, so now oops, I want to put the I plus plus here. Okay, so what happened? So now you could see that when you put test I plus plus with the plus plus inside the square bracket, you actually jumping even in your loop. So let's say when in I equal to 0. Okay, so then you have I have test I plus plus, I have print out the I equal to 0 to t, then I have test I plus plus there, will jump directly to the I value will be added. Okay, so from 0 it will become 1. Okay, here, and then it will become 1 here, and then the for loop itself will increment another 1, increment itself it by 1, so it become 2. So it will print out the value of test 2, so which is 50, and then again it will go through this loop and it will do the test I plus plus here. Okay, so 2 becomes 3, and then the increment by for loop become 5, so that's why it's printing 100. So that's the impact of having this I plus plus inside and outside, the plus plus inside and the plus plus outside. array assignment. Okay, you when you want to assign value to it, your array elements, you cannot simply do something like this. Let's say you want to copy one array to another, new test equal to test, but you need to copy element by element, so you need to use a for loop. Okay, then you copy each element to respective element. So I to I, so 0 to 0, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3 to 3. Okay, so let's try to copy. So we need to declare another array. Let's say copy test with size, then right. So now I want to copy, oh sorry, I want to copy test to copy test. So I just delete this first. Okay, so what I will do is copy test I equal to test I. Oops. Now I want to print the value of copy test. Cout copy test I. And line. Okay. Let's try this. So see, the what being printed here is the value inside copy test, safely copied into the test value is safely copied into the copy test. Okay. Printing the contents of an array. So if you are dealing with integer value, to print you have no other way except for using the for loop and see out the elements one by one. But if you're using character is a bit special, because array of character is actually a string, so you can actually just use cout fnim. So for example, okay, let's just comment all this together. Okay, for example, you have an array of character array, car name. Remember, you can just use you can just do something like this. My name's Nurul, so put there, and then now I want to cout name. So you can do this with character array, but not with integer arrays. Integer arrays, you have to print the element one by one, just like we have done earlier. Summing average array elements. So if you want to sum the array elements, it's simple. Okay, so but you need to use another variable to hold the value. Remember, we have learned about cumulative value and so on earlier in functions, right? Was it in functions? Yeah. Okay, now let's say you want to calculate right, so we have copy, and then okay, we want to actually calculate the average test marks in copy test. Okay, so for NTSIs, so what I will do is I will have another value sum. Okay, because I need, in order to calculate the average, I will need to sum out the value in the array first. So if let's, in this case, in my array I have 5 elements, So I need to sum up all